he said he'd be here. And another man with great legacy that I've spoken some of already, Reverend Dr. Jesse Lewis Jackson is here to be with us. Let's greet him now with a great big welcome, Reverend Dr. Jesse Lewis Jackson.
Thank you very much. I want to ask the ministers to come forward. Let us join hands. Search our hearts and know our ways.
Yes.
Make us more fit for the fight.
Jesus.
Forgive us for our sins, for they are many.
Yes.
And the foolishness of our ways.
Yes.
As dark as the morning does come. As that bright morning of darkness leaves and light does appear. Keep us. Give us the courage of our convictions.
Yes.
That we may represent your kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
I'm delighted that Pastor Owens and the New Hope family welcomes us today.
You want him to stay up here?
Please stay up here.
Please stay up here. Stay up here. Stay up here.
Please stay.
Fontana Chamber of Commerce, Dale Evans, please come on up here.
We're going to build a more permanent Rainbow Push coalition here in the valley and turn this minus into a plus.
Yes, sir.
And turn this short-time crisis into a long-term commitment for justice for all the people. So we need to come together now and stay together. Unusual season of violence facing our nation today. It's acid rain. The rain is coming from the top. The host in Canada, Mr. Trudeau, was attacked by our president on the northern border. Mexican leadership on the southern border. Lest we forget, America is a minority in this hemisphere. 2/3 of our neighbors speak Spanish. English is a minority language. English is a great language. Jesus did not speak it. And we're not bound by it. So it's not the language, the message that we're all are God's children.
Yes, we are.
We need bridges, not walls,
Come on.
to connect the human family. So while we engage in a fight on neighbors north and south,
Come on.
humiliate the host in Canada and go to North Korea.
What?
Go to the EU meeting in Europe, attack our strongest ally, Germany, and wait for a private meeting with Putin.
Come on.
It's a strange season.
Yes.
We face a crime against humanity on our border,
Yes.
to kidnap children and throw them away to the wind.
Jesus.
You even put numbers on coats to identify the coats, but not numbers to identify the children. The whole world rallied to get the boys out the cave in Thailand, but not the cages in America.
Come on.
These are our children.
Yes, we are.
And we'll not rest until they're connected with their families, mothers and fathers and children. That's the best of what America has to offer. Caves and cages we face today.
Yes.
Here, in the real sense, when Mr. Sessions thought the notion about Paul and government, Jesus was a border baby, born under death warrant. On the death warrant, rushed off to Egypt as an immigrant, gained asylum, became a refugee, and didn't separate him from Mary and Joseph for 12 years.
Yeah.
they had that much justice 2,000 years ago. You got today. Every ghetto is a border. Every barrier is a border.
Yes.
We seek bridges,
Yes.
not borders.
And crossover.
We seek to live one together as brothers and sisters, not die apart as fools.
Yes.
And sometimes we're drawn today by the threat of this climate. A few days ago, journalists were writing their stories on the East Coast. A man lighted up with the weapons went in and killed journalists. We've been taught that journalists are our problem. We're taught to hate journalists. And so there's a relationship between hate journalists and killing journalists when you get under frustration.
That's right.
So when a congresswoman is deranged with names, it's a threat in atmosphere.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Y'all hear this, because this is what this particular fight's about. It will not stop here.
Yes, sir.
Michael Selim, a gang prosecutor, quote, being a loudmouth in the ghetto. You think that someone should have shot this bitch by now?
Watch his mouth. He's creeping into darkness.
Referring to Maxine Waters, a federal official.
Watch his mouth.
Posted a photo op picture of Michelle Obama, the nation's first lady, building an altered sign that read, "Trump touched my penis." Then the derogatory statement about Mexicans. This man must not be suspended, he must be disbarred.
Come on now.
He's been in this job for 12 years.
Too long.
12 years.
Every case he's had should now be under review.
That's right.
Amen. Too long.
And some young men in San Bernardino County have been in jail 5 years waiting for trial. Pre-trial detention. Just throwing our children away. This time he's gone too far.
Tap.
Yes.
He stepped over the border.
Come on.
And we're going forward by hope and not backwards by fear.
Come on.
We're going to leave here momentarily. We're going down to the district attorney's office
And you know this.
and let Mr. Ramos and his successor know we want this man disbarred.
Yes.
We contacted the National Bar Association, the American Bar Association, the FBI, and the Attorney General. We're not residents until he's disbarred.
Yes.
That's right.
But more than him, we want justice to come for all of us.
Come on.
We must all learn to live together
Yes, sir.
as brothers and sisters and not die apart as fools. So today we urge the prayers of those who know the power of prayer,
Yes. Yes.
for prevaileth much.
Yes.
We're going downtown momentarily to meet with the Attorney General, with the District Attorney.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to stop there. I want to thank Reverend Owens for hosting us today.
Amen.
The ministers who have gathered here today, we made justice a priority. 50 years ago, Dr. King was killed this year.
Amen.
One bullet cannot stop our quest for justice.
That's right.
The blood he shed was not shed in vain.
Amen.
We still fight back for justice.
Yes, sir.
Our nation's in a critical position today, where much of this acid rain, this hate, this violent language
Yes.
is coming from the top down. The favor is temporary. Here is temporary. Our God reigns and lives forever. Thank you very much. Questions?
Amen.
Let me express my thanks to NAACP and other civil rights organizations,
Yes.
as well as the pastor who here today, because the Rainbow Push, working with, we intend to have a more permanent branch of the Rainbow Push Coalition here in San Bernardino. Reverend Chuck Sanger, the members of our national board, his father's one of our founding members.
Yes.
This is a long-term struggle for jobs and justice.
Amen.
Today, we're in the crisis where it was social gaps 50 years ago, now it's economic disparities. It's not just about race, it's about resources.
Yes, sir.
Half of our nation make less than $15 an hour. Half of them make less than $10 an hour. They work every day. We cannot afford health care. Work cannot afford education or a house. We demand economic justice.
Yes, sir.
It's part of our mission.
That's right. That's right.
Many of these children in jail should be in schools. Schools cost less than jails and far more beneficial.
More benefit.
Thank you. Members of the press may want to have questions before we go to Ramos' office. Yes, sir.
Robert Jackson, are you and others in the coalition going to be monitoring any internal investigations that are done by the DA's office against Mr. Sullivan? Do you think this goes beyond the point of just where the San Bernardino DA's office should be looking into this? Do we need an independent view, perhaps from the Attorney General of California, to look into this, being to some extent this is a state matter?
It's a state matter and it's a national matter, and there will be follow-up. That's why we're here today.
Absolutely.
And you look at the numbers in schools versus number in jails. You have a guy like this empowered with a law degree and the power to target and arrest and detain people. He should be stripped of that authority. He has tainted the whole, everybody he's touched, he's tainted. That's why he should be disbarred and never have this job again.
That's right.
We're here, and we're here to stay. I've come 2,000 miles to be with you today. And we've come all over this region. But it's really from the redwoods of California to the Gulf. It's not just this issue, it's this issue of attacking Maxine Waters, the Congresswoman, and attacking Michelle Obama, and attacking Mexicans. The border children on our hearts deeply. These children should not be separated from their parents.
Yes, sir.
Our government kidnapped these babies
Tell them.
and took them away from their children. Somewhere I read, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses who yearn to breathe free. The best of America is now on trial. And we're going to stand until justice occurs. We're not going away. We're going to turn our pain into voter registration.
Yes, sir.
We'll remember in November,
Oh,
November the 6th, there will be a change in America.
come on.
There'll be voters' remorse for mistakes made in 2016. Strange enough, in this era of white nationalism, the majority is an attack not just the minority. When they take away workers' right to organize and undermine SEIU and AFSCME's right to collective bargaining, that's a hit. They use gerrymandering to take away the power to vote. You know, we won an election in Virginia by 200,000 votes. The winner was determined by the flip of a coin because of gerrymandering. The Supreme Court has now made that valid, for example. When you attack immigrants, arrest, put children at the border in caves, all that we fought for in the last 50 years is under attack. That's why we are inspired to come together to fight back.
Yes, sir.
And so this is not just a black fight or a one-day fight. This is a long-term. America's character and narrative is at stake. And so there's too much violence, ignorance, fear, hatred, and polarization. And all those affected who are affected by violence, ignorance,
Yes.
hatred,
Yeah.
fear,
Yeah.
and polarization must come together and turn to each other, not only each other, with a massive coalition of conscience and make this a better day for all of us.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to be meeting with representatives of the DA's office. What do you want to hear from them?
I want to hear from him that Mr. Summer has been fired. He's been doing this for a long time. It broke in this instance. It's become public. His reputation and his record is well established. And he's been locking up children almost a kind of arbitrary justice
Well,
with no checks and balances. He's been here for 12 years
12 years.
in this job. In fact, he would refer to the Congresswoman as as a bitch who should have been shot by now.
My God.
He's over the gang unit. He would refer to Michelle Obama and say that she, in a Photoshop, she is holding Mr. Trump's penis. How vulgar, how crude, how cold can you get? He has no place in the Department of Justice with the authority to have people detained and sent to jail. He must never have that position again.
That's right.
The comments about that he made online about the officer-involved shooting, there was one where he was commenting under a story saying that the suspect who had been killed, he was suggesting that he deserved what he got. And a lot of people are thinking, what do you think about all these other cases that you're a part of? Can you talk about how you think that might show some bias?
That's why we want a review.
That's right.
He has tainted justice over a 12-year period of time.
That's right.
There's some young people going to visit in the jail,
Yes.
been there 5 years waiting for trial.
Yes.
They should be set free.
Yes.
He should replace them.